Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. It is what we make out of what we have, not what we are given, that separates one person from another. Tread softly, breathe peacefully, laugh hysterically. We owe our children, the most vulnerable citizens in any society, a life free from violence and fear. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. When a man is denied the right to live the life he believes in, he has no choice but to become an outlaw. There were many dark moments when my faith in humanity was sorely tested. But I would not and could not give myself up to despair. That waylays defeat and death. A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special. It always seems impossible. Until it's done, I am fundamentally an optimist. Whether that comes from nature or nurture, I cannot say. Part of being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed toward the sun, one's feet moving forward. No one is born hating another person because of the color of his skin or his background, or his religion. The most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. Never argue with stupid people. They will drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The truth must be served like a coat and not thrown in the face like a wet towel. Let us live so that when we come to die, even the undertaker will be sorry. Everyone is a moon and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. Only to things matter, to things we'll regret on deathbed. That we are a little loved and little traveled. Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you too to become great. Man will do many things to get himself loved. He will do all things to get himself envied. Wrinkles should merely indicate where the smiles have been. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous, he will not bite you. This is the principal difference. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. I am a young woman and have known a great many troubles, but most of them never happened. Courage is resistance to fear, mastery of fear, not absence of fear. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear, and the blind can see. All you need in this life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure. The man who does not read has no advantage over the man who cannot read. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel, not the charm that has crushed it. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. The fear of death follows from the fear of life. A man who lives fully is prepared to die at any time. To get the full value of joy, you must have someone to divide it with. Anger is an acid that can do more harm to the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured. The human race has only one really effective weapon, and that is laughter. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning, and nothing worse will happen to you. You will be able to argue the rest of the day. Never argue with a fool. Onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. When I was younger, I could not remember anything, whether it had happened or not, but my faculties are decaying now, and soon I shall be so I cannot remember any but the things that never happened. It is sad to go to pieces like this, but we all have to do it. Nose proves nothing. Often a hen who has laid an egg cackles as if she had laid an asteroid. Do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. The golden rule is to do something every day that you don't want to do. This is the golden rule for acquiring the habit of doing your duty without pain. Be careful about reading health books. You may die of a misprint. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government when it deserves it by land. They're not making it anymore. A person with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds. The lack of money is the root of all evil. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. When your friends begin to forget you, you're not alone. They don't flatter you on how young you look. It's a sure sign you're getting old. You can get much further with a kind word and a gun than with a kind word alone. A bullet changes a lot in your head, even if it hits in the ass. Can you forgive an enemy? God will forgive. Our task is to arrange their meeting. Nothing personal, it's just business. As a child, I prayed to God for a bicycle. Then I realized that God works differently. I stole my bike and prayed for forgiveness. Some people play safe not to lose. You will definitely lose if you play safe. I will give 36 of my thugs for one person who can solve questions by talking. Hell must be a pretty swell spot, because the guys that invented religion have sure been trying hard to keep everybody else out. If your friends ask you to negotiate with your enemy, then the traitors have already agreed behind your back. Be correct with everyone. Sociable with many, close to the elect, friend to the few. Be careful who you call your friends. I'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. Sometimes it's better to tolerate fools. You can learn something worthwhile, but never argue with them. The world belongs to the patient. Do not shake the green apple tree. When the apple is ripe, it will fall down by itself. I'm a businesswoman. I've made my money supplying a popular demand. If I break the law, my customers are as guilty as I am. Listen to the advice that gives you an advantage, but do not give such advice to anyone. Don't test the depth of the river with both feet. Work out the problems as they come up. Capitalism is the legitimate racket of the ruling class. Everything you do comes back to you. The country wanted booze, and I organized it. Why should I be called a public enemy? All the dead were hanged on me, with the exception of the victims of World War II. If you must lie, be brief. Which quote did you like the most? Share your opinion in the comments. Don't miss out on a chance to see the next video.